Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am the City Witch and today we're going to be reviewing this beautiful new oracle deck that I purchased. So this is a Hekate themed oracle and it is a self-publish by a shop on Etsy called Obsidian Siren Shop. I will of course link her social media and the shop on the description of the video, so if you are interested in this deck and you like what you see, you can go ahead and find it easily. The deck was super affordable. It was $21.99 and at the time there was an Etsy sale on, so I actually got it for £20. And I think considering most self-published decks these days are quite expensive, you're talking like £60 up. This was very affordable, very reasonable, really beautifully packaged, and I have to say I'm really quite impressed with it and I cannot wait to start working with Hekate and this deck. I'm going to use it to get messages from Hekate and I'm going to keep it on my Hekate shrine. So before I jump into showing you the deck, I got this beautiful little thank you note when I unpackaged my deck. So it says, "Thank you for purchasing Hekate Oracle. I'm thrilled that you chose to support a small business and I hope that you will love getting to know the cards as much as I enjoyed creating them. Your support means the world. Let's be friends. Find me on social media." And of course she has provided her social media link, but I will provide that on the description of the video so you guys can go ahead and check out the creator and give her a follow and also find the deck really easily. So I'll pop that to one side. So first of all, when I got this, I had absolutely no idea it was going to come with this beautiful guidebook. I just thought I was going to get the deck and maybe like a pamphlet inside here. So to have a beautiful book with it, I thought was fantastic. And what amazing quality as well. It's a proper bound book. It's not a pamphlet or anything. It tells you the creator's name, which is Jennifer Heather. And it gives you a beautiful introduction to your cards, tells you not to copy them, not to abuse them or anything like that. So there is a little bit of copyright law. There's an introduction to the deck, reading the cards and some information about that, and then it jumps into all of the cards. And for every card, you get a full page of information, which is amazing. It tells you who the artist was that did the artwork on the card as well, and it gives you lots of information as to why that card, the meaning behind the card, the energy of the card. So absolutely fantastic, and you get that for every single one of the cards in this deck. Then there's recommended further reading if you want to get to know Hekate, and there's space to add some notes if you want. So there is some beautiful information in this book and I was quite impressed with it. There's also a description on the back. So it says, "Hekate's Oracle is a card deck that draws from the myths, stories and poems that have been told about the goddess of the crossroads, witchcraft and necromancy from ancient times to modern era. The cards reflect the rich well of wisdom that the goddess offers, which can help you grow in your spiritual practice. Draw a card daily or come to the deck with your inquiries to gain clarity and guidance. The oracle has been illustrated using captivating artworks that express the spirit of Hekate in her vast array of aspects." Okay. So I'll pop that to one side and I will now show you the deck. So it comes in this really light cardboard box. I'm loving the purple theme, by the way. Purple's one of my favourite colours, so I really like that she chose purple for this deck. So the first thing is you get this beautiful Hekate wheel on the back. You also get some key symbols and some other kind of imagery mixed in there. You have to kind of really look at it to see them all. The cardstock is fantastic quality. I've bought some self-published decks in the past that have been actually quite weak cardstock, but I can bend that quite easily. You can hear that the flip back on it. It's really good quality. It's also a really nice size in my hand. It's not too big. It's not something that I feel is going to break easy or, cause me problems or, I'm going to struggle to shuffle. I'm worried about bending it or anything like that. So I do think they're pretty good quality. Now, onto the cards. So the first card we have is the Crossroads. Now, there are 28 cards in this deck in total. I don't know if I've said that already, but I thought I'd throw that out there. So you get this beautiful signpost for this one, and then you get kind of a little hint as to what the card means. So Crossroads, a new path awaits. Beautiful. Queen of Witches, own your power. I love all the artwork on this deck. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Then we have Seer, use your third eye. Of the Sea, bathe in nurturing waters. So to me, that's a very, very cleansing card, something you can use to remove negative energy from the day. You could set up a shrine in your bathroom and use this card to connect to Hekate. She does rule over the seas and waters, so you can bless the water you bathe in with sea salt and ask her protection and cleansing and blessings while bathing. Of the earth, build a steady foundation. And I love that they use these beautiful mushrooms there. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Really nice card. And again, you know, she's a triple goddess, but she rules over the land, sea and sky. So to have straight away a card that connects with water and then one that connects to the earth is brilliant. Of the road, walk the way with courage. So this is about going forward, you know, don't procrastinate, don't allow yourself to become stuck or trapped, you know, don't hesitate. Then we've got the bearer of love, compassion and kindness. And that's a beautiful, gentle image, isn't it? Beautiful. Night Wanderer. Now this is one of her epithets and titles. Stand by your beliefs. So again, this is like a card of courage, asking you to have courage and stand by what you say with conviction. You know, don't doubt yourself. Torchbearer, light the way. And that's a lovely image. It reminds me of the witch's flight. Could be a good card to use with flying ointment. Keeper of keys, seek wisdom. And as we know, Hecate's #1 symbol is keys. She can lock and protect, or she can open the way. Fate, flow with what is. Love the skull on that, it's beautiful. And that kind of looks like a crystal ball to me. Gatekeeper, so this is another one of her epithets. Protection of boundaries. And I love that there's a black spectral dog on there as well, which is another sacred symbol of Hekate. I love how she's shrouded in this cloak and you can't quite make her out, and it's a little bit on the eerie side, but I love that image. The guide, look for divine signs. That's beautiful as well. And I like that it is a fortune teller using the cards for guidance. The veil, heal through withdrawal. It's a little bit sexual, isn't it? Because she's half naked. But I don't know, I feel like there's a vulnerability to that card. It's quite pretty. Liminal, walk in both worlds. Now this was an interesting symbol for me, where someone is poking their hand through water, flowing water. So that's kind of that in between, isn't it? Between where the air and the water meet. So it's quite an interesting symbol to use. I was expecting them to use maybe a doorway or something like that that's crept open, or you're stepping over a threshold of some kind. So that was a really interesting idea for liminal, but it does work. Now this card for me, I don't know why, but I kept thinking of Harry Potter, you know, when they do that skull in the sky and the snakes weaving in and out of it to summon all of the kind of Death Eaters in Harry Potter. That's what this card reminded me of, with the skull and the snake. So this card is called Serpent, Awakening to Knowledge. And again, a snake is one of her sacred animals. Brimo, sudden change and chaos. Now, Brimo is Hecate's destructive epithet, queen of darkness, destruction, like vengeance. She's a dark aspect when she's Brimo. So you call upon her for curse work, protection, to defend you against your enemies and to deal with a chaotic, dangerous situation. And Brimo is one of the aspects I work with quite regularly. So I do like this card. I like that she's in battle. There's a war going on. You know, it's raging in that image. And I love that there's kind of like that crescent moon behind her as well. It's beautiful. And then we have Maiden, renewal and regeneration. Mother, nurture and creativity. That's lovely as well. She almost looks like she could be pregnant there. And then we have the Crone, success and transformation. See, for me, I always say the Crone is arcane wisdom. You know, she's lived a full life. She has all of this valuable knowledge and stories, things we can learn from and utilize. So for me, she's arcane wisdom, but I do like that it's about success and transformation because it's embracing her age and the fact she has changed and grown, but also all her successes throughout life. So that's still a really good message. But personally, for me, I would take that to be arcane wisdom and that I need to seek knowledge from my elders or my spirit guides. Savior, champion of virtue. Release, let go of the past. That's quite a really, really haunting image with the skeleton kind of sitting there on top of a gravestone with tattered, shredded clothes. It's beautiful still. Ritual, find joy in rhythm. This one to me is about going to your coven, your allies, your friends, people that are like-minded, that understand you, and draw upon them for strength and comfort and support. As above, so below, nurture your inner world. And this was another beautiful image. It reminds me of the Scottish Highlands with the beautiful reindeer in the background. And, you know, and the sun is kind of just sort of rising. So it's still quite dark and misty in the early morning. Could be nighttime, but for me, it's kind of early morning. I feel like the sun is just breaking out of those clouds and daylight is about to flood the earth with light. Fallow, peace in stillness. I like the way they've used this kind of almost decaying dead tree. It's not quite dead because there is leaves at the top there, which I didn't notice the first time I opened this deck, but you can clearly see there's greenery at the top, but you can see how part of it is dying and decaying, and you can see that it's quite an old aged tree. Endurance. The only way out is through. So this is quite a tough message, isn't it? Because this is, no matter how difficult it is, the road ahead, you're going to have to go forward. You cannot go backwards. You cannot take another path. This is the path that's set before you. And Hekate is known for pushing you down difficult paths and supporting you through that journey. She doesn't like you taking the easy road. She's quite a tough goddess to work with, which is why she's considered quite dark, because she won't hold your hand and coddle you. She will push you down that road and see how far you can be pushed and what you can learn and how you can grow. And she expects a lot out of you. For me, this is her aspect that is quite pushy, quite demanding, you know, will not coddle or handhold. She's telling you like it is, and you're just going to have to accept it the way it is. Empowerment, welcome the shadow. And this is quite a witchy card, isn't it? She's conjuring or over a cauldron. She's got a wand in her hand. She's got beautiful herbs tied to her, lots of like trinkets around her neck. This is a very, very magical card for me. And this is all about, you know, relying on your power as a witch, relying on your energy, trust your instincts and allow them to guide you. And then the last card, World Soul, sense of completion. So this is tying Hekate to being the Axis Mundi and the World Tree, and I think it's a beautiful card to end this deck on. I will notice how for me there wasn't a card in here that connected her to the sky, with her ruling over Earth, Sea and Sky. I would have liked a card for the sky in here. The closest one would be the one where the witches were kind of flying through the sky, and I said that kind of reminded me of the witches' flight. That's the only one I could see that kind of connected in that way. I also noticed about this deck how Maiden and Mother and Crone were included, but Hekate is not a Maiden, Mother and Crone triple goddess. A lot of people actually get that wrong. She's actually triple goddess in the way that she represents the crone, and Selene would represent the full moon and Artemis would represent the crescents. Sometimes with the full moon it's Diana instead of Selene, but most of the time it's Selene. And Hekate would be the crone, so she doesn't represent all three aspects of Maiden, Mother and Crone. She always just represents crone. And on top of that, how she's a triple goddess is she has three faces to guard at the triple crossroads. And she rules over land, sea and sky. That's the other triple aspect. So it's not the same as Maiden, Mother and Crone. I don't mind the Maiden, Mother and Crone aspect being in here, because for me, it was connecting to the feminine divine, the different energies of life and the cycles that we go through. But if that was going to be included, I would have quite liked a male version of that, maybe the witch's devil or something in here, to kind of balance that out with a bit of masculine energy. Overall though, I think the deck is really, really beautiful. I think for 20 quid, it's worth every single penny. The artwork is really old school and beautiful. It has this dark gothy aesthetic. I love the purple border, although I will say, I think the border could have been a tiny bit smaller and the imagery in the center could have been that bit bigger. But other than that, I think the deck is fantastic. And like I said, for 20 quid, definitely very, very affordable. And I'm really pleased with it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you do go ahead and purchase this, let me know how you plan to use it. Are you going to use it as a communication tool with Hekate? Or are you going to use it for divination purposes, guidance? Are you going to use it in spell work? Go ahead and let me know, and let's start a conversation about this beautiful deck. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video. As I say, all the links to find this creator and to purchase this deck are provided on the description of the video, so go ahead and check them out. If you did enjoy the video, remember to give me a thumbs up, click the bell, and YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. If you'd like to offer light, love and support to my channel, you can do that through my Amazon wishlist or through my PayPal link. And if you'd like to book me for a reading or any of my magical services, you can do that through Facebook, X, Instagram and via email, and all of those links are provided, guys. Thank you so much for your support and for watching this video till the end. Many, many blessings upon you all, and I will speak to you soon. Blessed be.